Alright guys, so this is my 99 Celica with ABS, and I'm having issues with the brakes, which I don't know what to do anymore. Sure, I could replace every part on the system, but I've almost just about done that and still kind of clueless as to how to fix this. My problem is I'm driving on the street or on the highway, everything will be fine 5 or 10 minutes in of driving. But I'll get a random pedal sink all the way to the floor, and then I'll go back to normal. So driving, pedal sinks, I freak out a little bit, I let go real quick, hit the pedal again, and then I have brakes like normal. So I thought it was contamination in the system, either just dirty from the old brake lines or the absorption of water that it naturally occurs over time. So I got new soft lines and bled the whole system with new fluid till everything was clear. Issue was still there. Didn't worry about it, tore down the car, bought a new array Bestos, whether it be a remand or a new unit, master cylinder. That was the most expensive option on Rock Auto, and I went with them because just their history in the braking systems, I know they're very reliable rather than going with something very cheap. So also replaced the OEM proportioning valve just because the car was sitting for so long. I knew that it was going to get contaminated and probably get rusty and not work, so just to clear that. Those two things new. Soft lines new. When I put everything back together, I was not able to bleed the right front caliper. This side I was not able to bleed, and come to find out, the actual unit here for the ABS actuator, it's called by Toyota, which includes a pump and the solenoids. Since there's 2 inputs from the master cylinder and 4 outputs for each corner, this was actually clogged inside here, and there is a way to check it with the SST tool, but since that car is very old and that tool is not actually available, I went ahead and ordered a used one off of eBay, replaced the ABS actuator, was able to get pressure to the right front caliper. Before I knew that the issue was already with the right front caliper, so I turned on the car without the speed sensors on there. So now I have an ABS code which I don't know how to erase. Trying to figure that out. Jump short pin with a couple TC and E1 but anyways, I don't know if that has anything to do with my current issue, but just letting you know. So I replaced that. I was able to get pressure to the right front caliper. Was able to bleed the system mostly. However, my problem is here, in the right front caliper only. All the other calipers I can bleed and get the air out no matter what. But the air remains, even though I can bleed this right front caliper, here, only in this corner. So, I don't know what's the issue. The way I bleed is have my system pump 3 times, hold it, crack the line with them having the pedal held down for 3 to 5 seconds, close it, repeat until I get all the air out. So I'm able to do that with every single other corner, starting from the farthest and then going to the left rear, right front and left front, doing that way. But for some reason I cannot bleed the air out of this caliper only. I replaced the, if you can see here, this is a floating type caliper. So I even replaced the bleeder screw because I was thinking maybe it was sucking in air or it wasn't properly bleeding, but that's not the issue. So I replaced that, and then I did another method of bleeding, which was have my system pump 3 times. I will have them hold it, I'll crack the bleeder screw, and then wait a little bit while the clear line is submerged in fluid, brake fluid. I'll have them pump it 10 times. And no matter what, I still have air coming out of this one. What I did was to isolate it was I pumped the, had them do that method, pump 3 times, hold it, crack the line open, wait 10 seconds, make sure no air comes out, and no air came out 10 seconds after cracking the line. on any of those corners except for this one. This is always a problem. After I crack the line and wait 10 seconds, I'll start getting small air pockets, and then there'll be no more flow. So it will come out smooth for 10 seconds, get a whole bunch of air bubbles, then get really fat air bubbles, and then it'll stop flowing. So then while he has the pedal held down, while that's all going, I'll have him pump continuously. So the first 3 or 4 pumps will be solid fluid. But then after the 4th or 5th pump, I'll start getting really, really small air pockets. Not foamy, but very, very small air pockets. And no matter how many times I bleed the whole system, or even try reverse, closest to the master cylinder and working my way back, I still get a whole bunch of air pockets from this right front caliper only. So I was thinking maybe it is the right front caliper, but however, people are saying there's no such thing as a internal leak on a caliper. So I don't know, you guys let me know. This thing too is what I went over. If you can see that, I did a booster operating check, and then I did a booster air tightness check with engine off, booster air tightness check under load. There's no leaks to the banjo bolts. The soft lines are okay, they're not swollen. There's no rust between the shims and the pads. Caliper piston seals are not torn or leaking visually from the outside. And the caliper pistons move freely when pressed inward with the bleeder valve open. So all these checks were done according to the Toyota PFIL 552 class that I took. So let me know what you think, Casey, please.